Okay, this is part of a project I'm doing for a get together with my volunteer program that I work with called Sandcastles. It's a show and tell. Uh, the families that come are encouraged to bring photos or food or any other item that might remind them of someone they lost. Well, I have more than one person, more than two really, and I'm highlighting three people on this foam board I created. Um, it's kind of a folder, and the three people I have highlighted are my junior high gym teacher, Mr. Heaton, who showed confidence in me um, by selecting me for the junior high baseball team. And he did a lot of other things while I was in school to encourage me. Um, didn't really become something that was useful for me until I got into my 20s, and boy, it made quite the difference. Mr. Heaton was a hell of a guy. The guy on top here, this is Mr. Heaton here. The guy on top here is my dad, Mervyn Gibson, and I lost him at age 7 to a car wreck on Valentine's Day. And I was scarred by it for many years because of family thought it better that I not attend the funeral. So there was a part of me, even though I know he'd passed, I thought maybe he was still here. And the bottom person here is Bob Probert. Bob helped me in ways that can't be measured, even though I met him 20 years ago, and I only ran into him twice, but the first time was definitely the best. I became a big fan of his as a player, and we had a lot of things in common. He lost his father early in age, a little bit older than me, and also he had some problems with alcohol. And I admired him when he first did an interview with Mitch Albom in 1987, admitting that he needed some help. He wasn't sure how to go about it. And in that moment, I realized that I had to do everything I can do for myself. You know, if someone that well-to-do was having problems controlling their life, certainly someone like me would have just as many problems, if not more. On the inside is an article that Mitch wrote in 1987, detailing the interview on his struggle with alcoholism back in 1987. I also included some this is a Photoshop I made from a photo made by Julian Gonzalez of the Free Press. He recently retired, and amazing sports photographer. He did all kinds of great work for the Free Press. This here is a photo I found of Bob Probert with one of his kids having a fun time, showing a different side of Bob, the side that I knew. The fun-loving guy, not the guy that sometimes the media doesn't portray. So I wanted to share that. And then these are multi-picture collages I made. The top one is of my father. Those are the only 3 photos I have of my dad. The one below is Bob and Steve Eisenman Knight helping Vladimir Konstantinov. And to my knowledge, Bob, that's the kind of person Bob was. Yeah, he was always very helpful. The middle photo is one of a personalized belt, boxing belt that I had made for the family when the Wings honored Bob on during Hockey Fest. All it basically says is, on the one side, Bob Probert, the other in the middle says NHL, and on the right side, heavyweight champ, because he is the most feared fighter in NHL history. The third photo is of Bob in Afghanistan, meeting with probably, I assume, Canadian and U.S. troops that were fighting overseas. Not only is Bob a family man, as well as looking out for a fallen teammate, but also he looks out for his fellow man. And the bottom one is a picture of his one daughter at a Stanley Cup party. The middle one is the photoshopped one that I had in the front, or in the middle. And then the last one is of the whole family. And I think that is really what this is all about. It's about helping families learn to cope and hanging on to the good memories, and not giving much consideration to the bad things that happen, because those are things that we overcome. And losing someone can be a difficult thing. So I'm bringing this along with, I'm baking some Christmas cookies, as well as making a treat that my dad's mother, who is also passed, used to make, and my dad loved, and as well I love. It's called soda bread. It's made with flour, baking soda, a pinch of salt, and buttermilk. And they're in a way, they're buttermilk muffins, but we roll out the dough and make it into a flat circle, and then cut it into fourths, and those fourths are called farls. That's what my grandmother called them. And the best way to eat it, you put it, once you get everything mixed, you put it in the frying pan and you allow it to bake, and once it becomes a golden brown on both sides, and it's cooked, then you pull it up. And the best way to eat it is with butter right off the griddle, but it's just as good not warm, but peanut butter as well as jam is also good on this. It's just like bread. That's why we call it soda bread. But that's my contribution for tonight for these kids, and hopefully they'll have their own traditions that I'll be able to partake of tonight. Thank you.